Spain was very aggressive. And like the way that I made that observation is by looking at the way that they played and like the difference in their play styles. Like once extra minutes started, Messi was assisting for every kick. They were taking shots on goal as much as they could. He stopped the most goals by a goalkeeper in the World Cup final in World Cup history. Although he is the only player to have scored a goal in the World Cup in his teens, 20s, 30s. So that's pretty cool if he could score a goal in his 40s. I'm Camden from Fort Worth, Texas.
And I'm Mitch from Westfield, New Jersey.
And this is Big Apple Benches and Bleachers,
a father-son sports podcast. All right, we're back for another episode, Cam. What's going on in Fort Worth? By the way, we're getting like a 2 inches of rain tomorrow. We're getting a huge storm that's coming through. Right now it's beautiful, blue skies. We're getting doused tomorrow. So
here's to knocking on wood that we're not getting a storm tomorrow, because I just paid to have my car deep cleaned yesterday and it is spotless.
I took it to the car wash today too.
I'm going to
I didn't pay as much you did, but
I'm going to a meet tonight in Fort Worth. I figured if it's clean, I might as well take it to a meet.
Nice. And you got some new gear you were telling me about, right?
Yeah, so I got finally, everyone's been waiting. I got my NBA Champions hat. It's got the Larry O'Brien trophy on the side.
Nice.
I'm also, of course, wearing my shirt. Shout out to my sister, the Heisman Doza t-shirt.
Okay.
And along with my hat came a very special t-shirt, which I know you were like, oh, I didn't want that one, but I got the special one. So
yeah,
I got your shirt that you got, but this is the official locker room one with the rhinestones. And
yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that one.
Oh
I didn't
my
want
God,
rhinestones.
I think it's sick looking. It's nuts.
Yeah, I didn't want it.
I love
it. Nice.
I'm going to wear it to work.
Nice.
Stuff like that. So I got both of those in the mail today.
Okay.
And yeah. So what else is new with you?
Nothing. Just busy doing work, taking care of stuff. I got a moving company coming Wednesday. Take all your shit down to Fort Worth. Luckily, it's not tomorrow, which is good. I was thinking maybe I should up the insurance just so you're covered, because we got the Victrola and you got the TV and you got
Eli.
Eli, right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have I'm gonna set up the guest room to be basically like my room with all my stuff I'm looking to sell, and then because there's gonna be a lot of things that I want to sell. I think I'm gonna get rid of my whole old Nintendo with all the games. What do I need that for? And my, I'm gonna get rid of a lot of things. And
you go through a lot of stuff. By the way, for anybody's listening, Cam is moving to the stockyard. So if you know Fort Worth and you're in Fort Worth, it's like the hottest place in Fort Worth. So
it is. I'm very excited.
Very excited.
So yeah, but that's kind of the game plan.
All right.
I would like to get a little fun weekend car, and
I'm sure
I probably could get at least a couple grand out of all the extra stuff I'm going to sell. So.
It's up to you.
Like a little MG convertible or something to, for $3,000 that I pay $200 a year historic insurance on, and just.
Well, you don't have a garage yet.
Weekend. Yeah, but a car cover, and I get a free extra spot because I have to pay the $10 administrative fee for the regular spot, and then I'm paying for the covered one for the S5. So I figured, if that's the case, it doesn't cost me extra money minus the historic insurance, which is dirty.
Unless large hail balls crash under your car.
I mean, Dad, even so, it's a $3,000 car at the end of the day.
Yeah, I guess you can find one.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of little Triumphs and Alphas and MG.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they're like $3,000 to $5,000 in great condition around here. So I figured it'd be a fun way to learn to,
Does it be a stick?
Yeah, get better at using a stick. And
all right.
Also then when my next daily comes up, and get a stick instead of an automatic with a dual clutch. So,
all right. So today we're doing all World Cup stuff, right? That's all I really planned. I figured it would take a long time. We're going to go over the finals, and what turned out to be a much more interesting game, the third place between England and France.
Man,
yeah. No, and I understand Spain back in 2010 was their first World Cup. This is their second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I thought the Spain Argentina game was very interesting and
Well,
exciting.
it was interesting because I don't think anybody thought that Spain would shut Argentina down. They didn't have a shot on goal until extra minutes.
I know.
You can't win a game if you're not kicking the ball towards the net.
I also think by watching the way that the extra time went, that they just weren't being aggressive enough early in the game. Spain was
Yeah.
very aggressive. And like the way you can that I made that observation is by looking at the way that they played and like the difference in their play styles, right? Like once extra minutes
Yeah.
started, Messi was assisting for every kick. They were taking shots on goal as much as they could. And once it was stressful time, but that's not how you win. You don't
No, they
win
didn't play
by,
with, yeah.
keeping them at bay and then, squeaking it out.
Right. No. The Spanish kids were playing their hearts out. I mean, you mean Lamine
Lamine
Yamal
Yamal.
is what? He's 19.
Yeah.
Kid's 19. I think he's the youngest, or maybe the second youngest. I have it somewhere in here.
Did you ever see
Player.
the photo of him with Messi as a kid?
Oh yeah, I'm
Dad.
sure. Right.
No.
Messi was a pro already, right?
Barcelona, when Messi was playing for Bars, they did a thing where it was like some charity event where they sold raffle tickets and they had like photo ops with families.
Yeah.
And one of them, the families that won, was Lamine Yamal's family. He was an infant. And there's a picture of him in a plastic bathtub as an infant. And young Messi is sitting on the side of the bathtub with his arm like up next to him. And it's just.
But with Messi already a player?
Yes, Messi was
Correct.
on Barcelona and Lamine Yamal was an infant. Hold on, let me find the photo.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know. But while you're looking for that, I think that it's like you said, Argentina was just trying to survive the game. I have no idea why they were playing with a lot of urgency. And a lot of their games throughout the whole World Cup, I mean, they weren't blowing anybody out. And I think Spain came in, they wanted it more. And these guys, I mean, look, if you can keep anybody from shots on goal, they're not going to win. It was pretty obvious. And then, and I know it's a little controversial, but was it Fernandez who got the second yellow card and then he got thrown out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now they're playing into extra minutes or near the end of the game. They're playing with, now they're down to 10 men. I mean, you're just not gonna win a game that way.
No, you're not.
They actually scored again, but it got waved off. Wasn't it offsides? Right?
Yeah, here you go. I'll show you my screen.
Yeah. But a lot of people felt it was a boring game. But unless you're
Here
for
you
Spain.
go.
Yeah, let me say. Yeah. No, I saw this. I see
This is infant Lamine Yamal with young Messi
Yeah.
when he was already at Barcelona. I think that's crazy. I mean,
But that's not that crazy, right? Messi's 39 and Yamin Lamal is 19. So if he was like
Lamine Yamal is
Lamine
19.
Yamal, he's 19. So if he was what, less than a year
Messi
old
was
there,
20.
Messi was like 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
absolutely. All right, so let's go over it. So I think, Spain outshot Argentina 20-2. They did not record a shot during regulation.
I know, and
That's how you.
And the time of possession was like pretty even throughout regular time.
Right, because they count whenever, where you have control of the ball, they count the
Right.
possession
It's
time,
just,
right?
but that's the same thing. It's like if you look at like, when you look at NBA basketball, right? You can look at attempts versus shots made, right? Both teams might have 65 attempts from the 3-point line over the game. That's a lot. Let's say 40 attempts from the 3-point line over the game. But if the Knicks hit 35 of them and the Nets hit 15 of them, that's big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Big difference. But they had said that Spain really won because they have a lot of depth.
Yes.
And they were just attacking these guys. I don't think Messi's enough. I mean, I guess it was enough in the other games, right? But you take Messi off that field, and I don't think they even I think Spain gets more goals. I think
mean, I
Spain
don't
scores
know,
more. And
Dad.
look, I give a lot of credit to the goalkeeper. He
I was gonna
stopped
say,
everything
Dad,
except
he
one.
stopped the most goals by a goalkeeper in the World Cup final in World Cup history.
Ever.
I
Well,
know.
that's because they had 20 shots on goal.
I know. And
It was a double record, number of shots on goal and number of stops.
he just locked in.
19 for one, 19 for 20 loses you the World Cup.
Unfortunately,
Right? Yeah.
if the score is 0 to 1, 19 to 20, 19 out of 20 loses you the game.
Exactly. And I think they really just cut Messi out of the game. So who are like the stars of Spain besides Lamine Yamal? Who are the other guys? Rodri?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a Golden Ball winner. He got tournament's best player. And it said he completed more than 95% of his passes.
Wait,
with 26 tackles. According to my statistics, he was the Golden Ball winner, as the tournament's best player. Yep. And Torres, who scored that goal, he didn't even play the whole game. He got substituted in extra minutes, and he scored.
Got it. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Messi took the silver ball, and Kylian Mbappe got the bronze ball.
Kylian Mbappe. Yeah.
It's wild.
Well, I mean, Messi. Yeah, and Messi's not going to even get the Golden Boot now because he didn't score, and Mbappe put up another 2-3 goals.
Mbappe's getting the Golden Boot. Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess that he's gonna. I guess that he's gonna.
And I read a whole thing today about how is this the end of Messi's career at Argentina? I would say yes. He's 39.
Oh yeah, right. He'll be 43 at the next World Cup. He's not playing for Argentina anymore. He'll play a couple more years, I think, pro. As long as they're paying him money, he's going to play in Miami.
Although he is the only player to have scored a goal in the World Cup in his teens, 20s, 30s. So that's pretty.
Right.
It would be
go for it in his 40s.
Cool if he could score a goal.
I get. You know what, Cam? I guess he's got to see how his body holds up the next 4 years, right? Obviously,
right.
That's what's going to happen.
Look, maybe he plays for FC Miami for the next few years, and then World Cup comes around again, and he figures, all right, well, this will be my last hurrah, and then I'm going to retire from soccer altogether.
Yeah, I think that would do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so.
I will say, I want to shout out to all the soccer fans around the world because we have become them. A part of you guys or one of you guys.
I mean, look, I love American football, but it's pretty exciting.
Soccer's fun, yeah.
World Cup soccer is pretty exciting. As corrupt as FIFA is and everything, it's exciting. And I think the fans, like in Europe and the other leagues, are much more into the matches and the games, and they live by it than here. Yeah. Like MLS soccer is just not. I mean, there's a time that the league folded. Like Pele used to play in the 60s and 70s, and then after that, the league folded.
Yeah,
it started coming back, but yeah.
Well, I will say, as a Major League Football fan, NFL, I will be excited to see the real stadium names come back after months of New York, New Jersey Stadium. No more of that.
How no about Gillette,
MetLife,
no Arlington, no MetLife, no Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mm-hmm. They'll all come back. Yeah. By the way, Messi finished with 8 goals, 4 assists. I think the oldest player to lead a team, right?
Yeah.
Finished second in the Golden Boot. But no goal or assist in the finals. He needed 2 goals to catch Mbappe. Mbappe scored 2 we're going to get into his game in a minute.
I still just have a hard time with arguing against Messi being the GOAT. Still, even after this performance, look, they're not like this strong team. Like, yeah, they have other players and their goalie is really good, but like it's hard to win the World Cup final. This is a big stage.
Oh, very much so. It's funny. I was watching a show. It's irrelevant what the show is on, Prime or something. a series from like, I don't know, 2000 and several years ago. And they were talking about soccer. There was two British people on there, and they were testing this the star of the show, and they're like, "Who's the best player in football?" And she says, "Lionel Messi, of course." This is like 6-7 years ago. So, I mean, I think you can't just isolate his whole career into this World Cup. And by the way, didn't play bad in the World Cup. Played very well. Just didn't play well in the last game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with everything you're saying. 100%.
Yeah. Let's see. The goalie, I think Martinez who's the goalie for Argentina?
I think it was Martinez.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 12 saves, the final, but not enough.
I mean, what a legend.
Yeah.
You know.
And Fernandez, I think, is the one who got the second yellow card at the end of regulation. He kind of threw him out. They had a bunch of guys that had yellow cards.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the third place game. I thought it was interesting. We don't really do that in many sports where there's a consolation game.
No,
right?
I can't think of a single sport where there's a consolation game. What? Can you?
No. I mean, even in the new college football playoffs, the two losers of the semis don't play each other. They don't do that in college basketball. They don't do that in the pros. They don't do that in the NFL.
They don't do it in hockey. They don't do it in baseball. They don't do it. I think that's the only sport where they do that.
Yeah.
But it's smart because then for the World Cup, you can declare a third place winner.
Yeah, well, I think FIFA does it because it makes them money, to be honest with you. So
I think that no matter the amount of money that they would lose from having a third cup game, not having a third place game, probably would be negligible compared to the amount of money that they gain from everything else. I will say,
maybe
after watching the way that the World Cup went down in the States, I wish that FIFA would do things that were more aimed towards countries that have suitable conditions for these games, right? Like, we have enough stadiums where they didn't have to scramble to build anything. They just removed advertisement, got them ready for the game, and sold tickets, right? But then the reason that FIFA gets such a bad rap is because of all the people that die building these stadiums in fucking China and all kinds of crazy places.
Well, it's like the Olympics, right? They build them for no reason. But you can't have it in the United States all the time. I guess in Europe there's plenty of
but Dad, you could have it in
right?
England. You could have it in Spain. You could have it in
throughout
Belgium.
Europe.
You could have it in Germany, probably. You could have it in Switzerland.
There must be stadiums all throughout South America. They all have teams.
France and I just can't I don't see why we're doing things like having it in they won't have it in Cape Verde, but it's too small. But there are countries that are impoverished like that, where they're like, oh, let's host a World Cup.
They probably have a stadium that's big enough, but they don't have the accommodations for all the people that are going to go there.
Well, it's just a mess because even if they do have a stadium that's big enough, they might have 2 and they need 5, and then they got to build 3 more plus cities around the 3 more, so that way there's things for people to do.
By the way, Cape Verde, big shout out to them. This was their first World Cup. Yeah. And I was listening to a clip of the first game they played, and they were all excited about it. And this is going to happen I think they played Uruguay in the first game.
Yep.
Anyway, Uruguay, however you pronounce it. Uruguay. So, and they won and lost, whatever. And then they got to the knockout round and they lost, but they played a really, really, really great game. And I think it gave a lot of real excitement to that little country off the coast of Africa.
They're probably dancing in the streets in Cape Verde, right?
They were dancing when they came back. They were so happy for them. So let's talk about France, England, because I think I know you said that the finals were interesting, but I mean the third place game was
amazing,
much more exciting.
I mean, what an exciting
these guys. By the way, this is the highest scoring. Let's see, England defeated 10-goal match to secure its best World Cup finish since 1966. So that was the best that England has done since 1966.
That's crazy.
I think a lot to be proud of. I was watching James Corden, and he was saying, "Hey, I know we lost and we're third, but this is as far as we've ever gone." and should be proud of it. So they did that. It also said, I believe that, let's see, I think that this was the highest scoring game, a high scoring third place finish game in World Cup
I would
history.
believe it. I would believe it. It was what, a 10?
Yeah, it was the highest scoring third place game in World Cup history.
It was a 10-score game?
10 scores. It was 6-4. England was up 4-0 at one point, and Mbappe started coming back. And then I think it's Saka. He plays for England with Bellingham and Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He scored a hat trick.
Yeah. Did you see all the videos?
Do they use that term in football, in soccer? Hat trick, like they do in hockey?
Dad, the term hat trick comes from soccer.
Oh, there you go.
Use it for hockey. So there you go. How about that?
Yeah. Okay. If
99%
Neil's listening,
sure
he criticized me.
Comes from soccer, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know that the England fans sing "Hey Jude" after he scores points,
Right, for Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, it's cool.
Now he plays for Real Madrid, right, with Mbappe, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Or no? Am I wrong?
Correct.
He does, right?
He plays for Real Madrid with Mbappe. Correct.
Yeah. No, he's a young guy. He's got a big career ahead of him, right? What is he? 23, I think.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure he's like 23.
Young.
Yeah, he's young. So let's see. I have some notes that I made here. Let me see. As we just go, okay. Let's talk about. So I think similar to Spain, England attacked immediately. That's what ran them up for. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really where Argentina fell short. Now France came back, so they started playing a lot stronger, but Argentina just couldn't get any gasolina going there.
Funny.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the problems is that France, their defense in the first half really collapsed, but they started turning it around because they got Mbappe. But you know what? Momentum's a funny thing when it comes to sports, because momentum can kill you, or you can fight it and turn it around and hang in there and win.
Same with statistics, right? A statistic could be the crushing blow of your career, or it could be the reason that you pick shit up and you do things differently. I mean, you can't imagine that, and I always bring it back to the Knicks, but you can't imagine that during that 10-game stretch where we lost 11-game stretch where we lost 10 games.
Yeah.
After the All-Star break, where Jalen called for the players-only meeting, where he didn't use those statistics to his advantage, to be like, what the fuck are we doing? We went from this amazing team that just won the NBA Cup mid-season.
Right.
Now we lose 10 out of our 11 consecutive games. Look at all these stats. Those things help. But, you could say, like what Josh Hart said, statistics are like a pole to a drunk person. They can prop you up, but they're not going to get you home. It's the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah. But statistics are funny, right? Because if you have bad statistic, there's somebody on the other side of the statistic that's benefiting from it.
Well, yeah, I mean, but also then we get into the conversation of analytically speaking. Did you remember when Kenny Atkinson said, analytically speaking, Cleveland was up 2-1 and we were leading 3-0, and we were like, what the fuck is he smoking? I don't understand.
Right.
It's because
because you're looking at it saying that they basically just lost, right? Those two. Right. But we came back 22. I mean, you talk about momentum, a 22-point deficit, and we came back. That just shattered them.
Yeah.
It just shattered them. It's interesting. If you look at the games, the two best players lost in their finals, right? Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, look, England's got some really good players, but they didn't come in with a player that was fighting for the golden boot. Or I think Mbappe, and I had it right over here, Mbappe had 10 goals, so he finished 2 ahead of Messi. Messi didn't win the championship either. We're going to talk about the Ballon d'Or in a minute, right? But he had, let's see, his second World Cup golden boot. he also won the award in 2022 after scoring 8 goals. And we're going to see what's going to happen. When do they decide who gets the Golden Boot? Oh, no, he did get the Golden Boot, I think.
So this is where we were wrong. So Ballon d'Or is about the full season. That includes World Cup. If it's part of it, it also includes professional achievements, that kind of stuff. For the World Cup itself, they give out a Golden Boot, which is the best, striker in the World Cup. Most goals, most assists, that stuff. And then they have a Golden Ball, which is most valuable player of the winning team. And then they have a silver ball and a bronze ball. So silver ball was Messi and bronze ball was Kylian Mbappe because they got second and third place. And so the Ballon d'Or is separate. That's like
Ballon d'Or's Golden Ball, like MVP of the league.
Bingo.
Right?
Bingo.
Got it. Okay.
Like MVP of the sport almost. Because they consider everything. They consider Euro leagues. They consider U.S. leagues. They consider World Cup. They consider all kinds of things. Messi still may win the Ballon d'Or this year if he has a good year with his professional league because he played so well in the World Cup.
Right, because the Ballon d'Or, they consider the whole season. They're not just looking at one game. They're not just looking at one tournament. And that's what they're talking about because Rodri, they said, was the World Cup's best player, and he got the Golden Ball for the World Cup.
Bingo.
But
so they called that
Messi might still get it.
It's the World Cup Golden Ball.
That's not the Ballon d'Or. Right.
Which is confusing because Ballon d'Or means
golden ball. Right.
In French.
Well, it's okay because
we're learning.
We're Americans. We can be confusing. Right. We're learning. Exactly.
I wanted to just are we still you still have World Cup stuff you want to talk about? Well,
that's all I made notes on today.
Okay, well, let's keep going with that then.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's all I did today. Because I figured, with 25 minutes already, we're almost done. We're almost through the whole episode.
We are indeed.
Yeah. Let me see. Where are we talking?
We're going to start to focus on other things, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
The NBA, prepping for NFL.
Yep. NFL's going on. There's a lot of things happening and in camp and some players that have to – that I got the athlete earlier in the day, and they were talking about Puka Nacua and some other guys that really need to perform this year. But that's something we know very well. So we'll talk about that. By the way, Cam, I know I'm surprised you didn't bring this up, but you had texted me about it. Indiana just signed the number 1 wide receiver recruit coming out of high school, right?
Yep. And actually, I was going to bring that
Manchin Sales, I think his name is.
I was going to bring that up.
Okay.
But that's a great segue for the other thing that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Which was last week we spoke about Jalen winning best NBA player of the season out of the ESPYs. The Knicks won 4 other ESPYs as well. They won.
Right.
Jalen won best male athlete of the year. Jalen won best playoffs finals performance of the year.
Well, that's a given.
OG won best play of the year, not best NBA play of the year, best play of the year.
Game 4, tip in, 1.2 seconds.
And the Knicks won team of the year. That's the fifth one, right?
Yeah.
Well, they accepted the award altogether. Josh was on vacation in Italy with his wife, and Jalen said thank you to the ESPYs for not inviting Josh Hart to come with us. Like, they're always messing with each other. And I saw a thing on Pat McAfee's podcast this week.
Yes.
You know who?
By the way, we love Pat McAfee. He's not a Hoosier, right? His wife went to Indiana?
His wife's a Hoosier, but he lives in Indiana.
But he played for the Colts.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
So get this. On his podcast, who you think it was?
A guest on the podcast?
Yeah, it's not Knicks related.
It wasn't Knicks related?
No. It was Kurt Signetti.
Of course.
And he said, for all those guys that voted for the Knicks as the number 1 team in the nation, listen, that was a great finals run, but I don't know how you look at this band of misfit toys and you don't give them best team in the nation.
Oh, is that what the vote was? It was the best team regardless of what sport it was?
Same with best play. Like, you would think maybe Fernando would have gotten that running that shit in.
Or how about what's his name? Omar Cooper Jr. catching that ball in the back and getting his foot
That
down.
wasn't to win a championship. OG's
It was
also to win a championship.
You know what it did though? It won the Heisman Trophy for
It's true, but
Fernando.
it's not on the same level because it didn't win us a championship the way that OG's tip in or Fernando's dive on 4th and goal did.
Yeah, that was beastly.
I mean, insane. But I just think it's funny, like, because this was such a special sports year in general, but especially for us, because we had two of arguably the best teams we've ever seen and may ever see to support in the last year. And you know what? Hats off to the New York Giants. That 2007 and 2011 team, we were nuts those years. Eli led us to, great Super Bowls. We had a lot of talent. Those were fun and exciting to watch, but neither of those years did we have a sweep where we were the dominant team in the nation. And for both the New York Knicks and the Indiana Hoosiers,
dominant.
They were the dominant team in the nation throughout the year. And you could argue maybe the Knicks weren't, but then you look back and they win the NBA Cup. They got two of their stars that are all-stars. They go and they make 3rd seed, which was the best we could have done in the playoffs. They sweep 2 teams on the way and almost the 3rd in the finals. I mean,
and complete the 2 biggest comebacks in NBA playoff history.
Yeah, and I mean,
it was exciting. And that's what made Indiana exciting too, because a lot of people don't know this, but Indiana coming into this year had more losses than any FBS team in the history of college football.
Yep,
more losses. And they go 16-0 and win the national championship. I mean, it's unheard of.
I mean, it just makes the story that much better because we started, they don't talk about we're the losingest program, but then once we're 12-0 and we won the Big Ten championship and it's playoff time, or I think 12-0 was going into Big Ten championship. Let's say 13-0.
Because 13, 14, 15, 16, yeah.
They're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who? I don't understand. It's different.
Well, you remember the year before, Kurt Signetti was a commentator. They had him at the on the
championship.
On the Big Ten championship, and he said, "Oh, it's nice to be here and see things because we're going to be playing in this game next year." And boy, was he right. So all great stuff. So okay, so we'll get into other sports next week, but we're going to have to follow coming into the year European, football. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out who the players are, who they play for, all the teams, and we'll have to report on that too. So next week, maybe some WNBA action that's going on. The British Open was this weekend.
Yeah,
there was people that won the British Open I've never heard of. That's how out of golf I am. I got to get back into it. There was no real names up on the board that I'm aware of, that I'm familiar with. I'm not saying that they're not good players. And then we'll get into camp for NFL, and maybe there'll be some news in college because there's still some signings going on and stuff like that. And we'll take it from there, right, Cam?
Yep.
So for those people watching, Cam is going to be in a new studio in a couple of weeks, so keep an eye out. 2 weeks, I think, right?
2 more weeks of this one because I probably won't have my desk for that Monday. So
right, because you still have the.
I'll come to this apartment, do the podcast, and then go back to the one that I
got it. And we got a truck coming Wednesday. We're shipping Cam's stuff out there, and Cam, I'm sending you memorabilia from the bar, so you're gonna have stuff to put up.
No, I already picked it, right?
Yeah, so I loaded that stuff up.
And just so everybody knows, next week is the 15th episode of Big Apple Benches and Bleachers. We are cooking, ladies and gentlemen. So
we got cooking.
Keep tuning in. We got 25 subscribers right now. That's not a lot, but we'll take it. We're happy. So just
maybe when we get to our 25th episode, we'll bring a guest on. We'll figure out who we can get.
I like that idea. Maybe actually we're coming up on the. You know what? Let's talk about Axia time for our.
You think you can get him?
Episode. Yeah, he already said he'd be interested.
Okay, cool. So that'll be on you. So I'm Mitch in New Jersey.
And I'm Camden from Fort Worth. And this has been another episode of Big Apple Benches and Bleachers, a father-son sports podcast.
Great show, Cam. We'll see you soon.